Hello, my dear students. Exams are near, so let's quickly and nicely revise this very funny chapter, The Book That Saved the Earth. Chalo, let's dive in.
First, we will see the strange setting. Then, meet our funny villain, see his silly mistakes, understand the big climax, and finally, we will cover some very important exam questions. So, we start our story far, far in the future, inside a museum. A historian is about to show us a very important event from the past. Now, this historian tells us that back in the 20th century, books were super important. But the strangest thing a book ever did was in the year 2040. What happened? Well, a Martian invasion was stopped by, you guessed it, a single book. Let's find out how. Okay, now let's travel to Mars Space Control and meet the commander of this whole invasion, the great and mighty think tank. Look at him, bachon. He has a giant balloon for a brain and is very, very arrogant. He wants to invade what he calls that ridiculous little planet Earth, all before his lunch. Imagine. This comparison is very important for your exam answers, Beta. Think Tank is a total show-off, while his apprentice, Noodle, is actually the clever one. Remember that. So Think Tank's crew lands on Earth. And where do they land? Right inside a library. But they have no idea what these lacks and lacks of books actually are. Okay, this is the funny part. First, they guess it's a storage barn, then a hat shop. But Think Tank, our genius, he calls them sandwiches. Can you believe it? Just imagine the scene. Poor Sergeant Oop is ordered to eat the sandwich, and he makes such terrible faces because, well, it tastes like Martian dust. Finally, after Noodle's hint, they realize the books are for eye communication, so they pick up a book of nursery rhymes to decode the Earthling's secrets. The first rhyme they read is this one. It sounds so simple and sweet to us, doesn't it? But just watch what Think Tank thinks. He gets so alarmed. He thinks Earthlings have combined farming and mining to grow high explosives in their gardens. He immediately tells his invasion fleet to wait. Next, they read this classic rhyme. Again, a simple children's poem for us. But for Think Tank, it's a sign of great danger. He panics again. He believes Earthlings have reached such a high level of civilization that even their cows can fly to the moon and their dogs can laugh. He's so scared. So the crucial point is right here. The final rhyme they read completely terrifies the mighty Think Tank. Let's see which one it was. And then Sergeant Oop shows Think Tank the picture of Humpty Dumpty, and our mighty leader has a total meltdown. He just screams in terror. And why? Because his own head is egg-shaped, just like Humpty Dumpty. He thinks the Earthlings plan to capture him and make him have a great fall. Think Tank orders a full retreat. And that's how a book saved Earth. Now let's quickly cover some important questions for your exam. Get ready to take notes. This is a very, very common question, so pay close attention to the answer. It's a sure-shot one. You just need to write these 4 points, Butcho. He is arrogant, he is a coward, he is foolish, and he wrongly takes credit for Noodle's ideas. It's that simple. Okay, this next question asks about the main theme of the chapter. What's the real reason the book was so effective? So, the crucial point here is that half knowledge is a very dangerous thing. The Martians took the literal meaning of the poems, and their leader's big ego did the rest of the damage. And this story brilliantly illustrates the moral. In the end, true wisdom always wins. The wise and wonderful Noodle became the ruler of Mars, and everyone lived happily ever after. So that's the whole chapter. Remember, my dear students, don't be like Think Tank. Always try to understand things fully before you jump to conclusions. All the best for your exams.